you're getting like full on sun in my face this morning. It is really, really windy this morning and was all out last night. And one of our dogs is terrified of the wind. So my husband and I, like, she'll come scratching at the bedroom door, and then my husband and I take turns sleeping on the couch if she's having a rough spell. So we do have a medication we got from the vet, which we will probably give to her tonight if we're going to have another windy night, because we want to get some sleep and she needs to get sleep too. So yay. But anyway, so this morning I am headed over to Trader Joe's. I'm going to get there right now. It is 7:33. I'm going to leave here in about 5 minutes so that I can get there right at 8 o'clock when they open. There's no greater joy than browsing the Trader Joe's aisles first thing in the morning when there aren't as many people there. I'm sure that your Trader Joe's get just as busy as mine do, or mine does. I love to bring my son in with me, but when I do that, it's usually like a Saturday or right after school, and that's when it is like bananas, like totally bananas in there. You're in line for like 15 minutes. You can't see things. You can't browse. Like if you're in there for like, I know I need XYZ, fine. But if you want to like look around, that's not my favorite time to do it. So I'm going to go do that. I will bring you guys back a little mini Trader Joe's haul. And then I have to make meatballs today. I don't have to. I get to make meatballs today for my family for dinner tonight. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And yeah, we'll see what else we get up to. So I'll see you back in a few minutes after Trader Joe's. Hey guys, I'm back from Trader Joe's, and I'll just kind of run through real quick what I grabbed. So I love Trader Joe's flowers, like who doesn't, right? And I wasn't gonna buy them, and then I saw these two women who came in right before me, and they literally had a cart full of beautiful flowers, hydrangea, some other things, like look like peonies, which I didn't see any more of, so maybe they had grabbed all those. But then I heard them telling the cashier that they were doing a baby shower, and I'm like, oh, so pretty. So yeah, I just decided to grab some, and I put together my own little bouquet. So I will maybe show you guys how I put that together if you're interested. And then, okay, so I got some green beans for dinner we're having tonight. This weekend. I love this lettuce, the Little Leaf Farms lettuce. I feel like it stays fresh longer than other lettuce. So I grabbed a package of that. Blueberries and strawberries. My son and I both go through these quickly. And a couple of avocados. Again, my son and I love avocado. We're the only ones in the house that do, but we love it. Some scallion or green onion, depending on what you call it. A cucumber, some bananas, some apples. These are the, and I can't remember now what they're called. They have like a little bee on them. Sugar bee apples. They're really good. Grabbed a few of those. I grabbed some lactose-free reduced fat milk. Nobody in my house is actually lactose intolerant. However, we just feel like we like this better. I feel like my son sometimes is a little irritated by dairy. So if he's going to have like a bowl of cereal, or I make him a smoothie with milk, we just like the lactose-free better. So I oftentimes will buy the Fairlife milk, which I love, but that's what they had at Trader Joe's. So that's what I grabbed. I have some whipped cream cheese. Now, can you guess? I have whipped cream cheese. I have scallion. I have cucumber. I have avocado. Do you know what I'm going to make? I'll tell you guys at the end. I'll tell you now. So those cucumber salads that everyone's going crazy over for months, we have been, like on TikTok, the guy, I think his name is Logan. I love those, and I haven't had one in a while, so I'm going to whip up one of those this weekend. This is my all-time favorite seasoning from Trader Joe's. It is excellent on like roasted potatoes. It's really good on chicken. So I use this a lot. I was out, so I grabbed another one of those. I'm currently obsessed with mochi. I know I'm very late to the party for that, but I'm obsessed, and I've been trying different flavors and different brands. Trader Joe's has a blood orange one, which is new, looks delicious. So I will report back on how good that is. I love citrus flavors. In my family, we love the sour cream from Trader Joe's. So I grabbed another one of those. And this is my very favorite cheese. So if you like spice, this is a really, really yummy. It's Scotch bonnet chili and red pepper cheese. It has like a smoky, spicy, it's so good. And I try not to eat too many crackers because that's just like unnecessary carb for me. But I do just love to eat some of this with like, some fruit or something on the side. And then speaking of fruit, I'm trying that new, it's not new. I'm just, again, late to the party, but I'm going to try the combination of dates mixed with nut butter. I guess you can put them in the fridge. You can drizzle a little bit of chocolate on them. Some people like to put some nuts in there for some crunch. So I'm going to try that at some point and tell you how that is, or if I like it. And then these are my all-time favorite apricots. Again, like they're really great if you have a little sweet tooth. These two things are awesome. Combine the apricots with the smoky, spicy cheese. I absolutely love these spicy tempura seaweed snacks. As you can tell, I do like spice. These are really good. They're like a little piece of fried seaweed or tempura seaweed, and then they have a spicy component. They're actually quite spicy, but they're really good. My son and I love them. And then my son loves these, the Pink Lady apple chips with cinnamon sugar. They aren't too terribly bad for you. I think that they are, let's see, 140 calories there's 2.5 servings per container. It's a pretty good sized container. And there are 12 grams of sugar per serving. So, I mean, not amazing, but there's worse things you could be eating in the world. So that's his little like weekend little splurge. And then we love the sourdough bread, the San Francisco style sourdough bread from Trader Joe's. Grab some of that. I'm making turkey burgers this weekend, so I grabbed some hamburger buns. I already have turkey frozen in my freezer. Again, my son and I both love these. I will sometimes use these, like if I make a little bit of tuna fish, and I'll kind of eat it with some of these. My son likes these with sandwiches instead of chips sometimes, so I like the little individual size packs for portion control, and it's easy to pack him lunch with those. Eggs. Okay, guys, we all know how expensive eggs are right now. I was absolutely shocked to find these for $3.49. So, you know, if you're looking for eggs and you have a Trader Joe's near you, that's a really good price right now. And then I just grabbed some uncured sliced bacon just to have for the weekend. So that is my haul, Trader Joe's haul. I will, like I said, I'm going to put all the stuff away, and then I'm going to put these together. So I'll show you how I do that. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Okay. I have already cut down the flowers because I thought that would be boring to watch. And I'll kind of walk you through what I do. So first of all, I learned some of these tricks from going to a floral arranging class years and years ago. I learned some of these tricks from watching Jen LaForge. If you don't follow Jen LaForge on YouTube, like, please follow her. She's amazing. And honestly, she inspired me to start this channel because she started her channel in her 40s, and she has been like so successful, and she's just a joy to watch. She's like, you know, checking in with your friends. She's amazing. So go watch her. Anyway, so in here I have warm water. This is my preferred floral arranging vessel. I like my arrangements to be kind of short and rounded. If you want to do something taller and more like sort of organic and like with things going everywhere, you do you, but this is what I do. So warm water in here. Warm water, I don't know why, I don't remember why, but the flowers like it better. And then you want to change it out every couple of days to keep the arrangement lasting as long as it can. But so warm water, and then I did put in the packet that they give you, you know, that come with the flowers. So I put that in and swished it around and got it all dissolved in there. Then across the top of here, I can't tip this because it's full of water. You see that across there? That is tape. And that's what I learned from going to the floral arranging class. Putting tape across your vessel really helps keep the arrangement like the way you want it to stay. So make sure your edge is really dry. Wipe it off with a paper towel, and then I put the tape, you know, some going this way, some going that way. Okay, then I cut these down to, you know, so, like some of them are a little taller than others. I kind of thought it would be fun if these kind of stuck out over the top of the hydrangea. These are a little bit shorter because I like to kind of tuck these into other places. So I start with the sunlight's really changing, so I'm sorry for what's happening around me here. I cut these down, and then you want to remove any greenery, any leaves or anything that are going to be inside the water. So you can kind of line it up against here and say, okay, these are going to be okay. They're going to stick out of the water, but anything below has to come off. So then I start with my kind of biggest flowers. And you can see this doesn't I mean, like, it's gonna hold these, but not 100%. They are gonna flop a little bit, and I may have to actually go back in and trim them down a little bit more. But for right now, this is kind of what I have going on, okay? Yeah, I can tell I'm gonna need to. All right, let's just do that now. I'm gonna trim a little bit more off so that they stay more up and down and are kind of less floppy. Just a little bit more. Like, I'm taking off another, like, maybe inch on these. And of course, when you get more in here, that will help too. And these are kind of like top heavy flowers, so you're gonna kind of get what you get with these. But make sure that they are, as much as you can, in the actual water. Oops, now I'm losing flowers here. All right, so in the water, and then we're gonna start to add in some of these, which are gonna stick out around the sides here and the top. And again, I'm just using these grids that I kind of have in place here to help hold the flowers where I want them to stay within reason. It's not gonna be perfect. I mean, and it shouldn't be. It's like nature, right? Like, you know, it's not gonna be picture perfect all the time. Okay, so I like what's happening here. I like sort of the dimension that I'm getting of having these stick out, and I'm gonna kind of tuck them in a little tighter. Then I'm gonna go in with these. I can't remember what these are called. There's some kind of berry. I wanna say hypericum berry. I don't know, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. And these I'm going to tuck in and around the base. And do you guys buy flowers for yourself? My husband would buy me flowers if I asked him to, but I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. It's almost like a cliche. You guys may totally disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, if he brought me flowers home, and he has every once in a while, I certainly wouldn't be like, oh, that's awful. Like, I'd be appreciative. But I kind of prefer to buy my own. Silly. All right, so let me just find an opening here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that. I think that's really cool. I like that it has some dimension to it. And everything's kind of staying where I put it. So awesome, that's how I arrange flowers. If you guys do it wildly differently, share. I would love to hear what you guys do as well. So, all right, I'm gonna be working a little bit now this morning on my other business, my travel agent business, and also on my home organizing business. I had an awesome work session with a client yesterday, and so I have to do some notes on that, and then I'm going to make meatballs today, which I will show you too. So I will be back later. Hey there, I'm back showing you how I make meatballs. So I have everything kind of on the counter here that I'm gonna use. I have already nicely washed my hands because this does involve getting your hands into the meat a little bit. So in this bowl, I already have about a pound, or it's a package of ground turkey and a package of ground pork. You can use whatever combination of ground meats that you like. You can use turkey, you can use chicken, you can use beef, you could use a little sausage. I like this combination for my family. It's cost effective, or it's cost, like, you know, I'm thinking about the cost, right? But also it's relatively healthy. So the ground turkey is kind of the healthy part, and then the ground pork adds some more flavor, and it's actually one of the most inexpensive ground meats you can buy right now, because we all know grocery store prices are crazy. So the packages are like about a pound and a quarter each, so I have those in here. Now I'm making meatballs for a family of 4 with the thought that there probably is going to be maybe some leftovers. Depends on how hungry the kids are. So into this mixture, I'm going to add 2 eggs. So I use 1 egg for each pound approximately that I'm making. And so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna back it up. Okay, so in here, the 2 eggs, I'm gonna scramble them first. My grandmother taught me this trick where you bang 2 eggs together and only one of them will break. It's kind of weird, but it works. So we are gonna put both eggs in here, and I'm just tossing them into my sink in back of me here. We have a garbage disposal, so I put them in the garbage disposal. I have thought about composting. Do you guys compost? I thought about it. I've also been told that it attracts like rats and mice and things, and I don't really love that. So anyway, I'm scrambling up 2 eggs, and I'm going to dump that right into the ground meat mixture. And then this secret I actually learned from my husband. My husband is an amazing cook, and he actually went to culinary school. He doesn't use his culinary degree, but he did go to culinary school. So maybe someday I'll tell you that story. But for right now, what milk does is milk is great in things like burgers and in meatballs. It helps keep the meat moist. And also milk is a natural tenderizer of beef. So I put that in here. So I use about, I'm gonna measure about 1/4 cup, I would say, of milk for this. So I would say, if you don't already know this, 1/4 cup is equal to 4 tablespoons. So I would say about 2 tablespoons of milk per pound or so of ground meat, whatever kind of meat you're using. So we add milk in, and then I have Worcestershire. It's so funny. This is how I pronounce it, Worcestershire, but I heard someone online the other day pronounce it as a joke, Worcestershire sauce, and it cracked me up. So however you pronounce it, I use, I don't know, like 12 or so shakes of that. And then I use about, again, I'm not measuring, guys, I don't know, a drizzle of olive oil. You could use avocado oil, whatever kind of oil you want to use, any kind of vegetable oil. And then for seasoning, sometimes I use like a Trader Joe's mix, like the one, there was an Italian one that I really like, but today I'm gonna kind of do my own thing. So we have some basil for a little bit of sweetness. And then I'm gonna add just a touch of red pepper flake. I have, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon probably in my hand there. Some of my family members don't love spicy, so a little bit of oregano. You could also just use Italian seasoning and salt and pepper, but this is what I like. And then some thyme. And then I'm gonna put in some garlic salt. This comes out super fast, so just be careful. I guess mine does anyway, whatever brand you have, but mine comes out real fast. Use a little bit more. And then, oh, I forgot something in my refrigerator here. Yes, I could take garlic cloves and mash them, and I often do in recipes, but I'm just trying to do things quick today, so I'm going to use a little bit of already done sort of garlic or jarlic, as people like to put. I say I used about 1 tablespoon of this in there. And then I'm gonna do a bunch of really nice cracked pepper, fresh cracked pepper. So much better than the stuff you buy already cracked. Its flavor is so much better. This is just a kosher salt that I put into a grinder. So I'm gonna use like maybe 2 little things of that. And then we get to the fun part, the mixing part. So again, I've already washed my hands. I'm going to remove my engagement ring so that I do not get ground beef jammed into my ring. And I'm gonna start off with a wooden spoon just to sort of begin to incorporate things a little bit. And then I'm probably gonna move to my hands. And I'm not making, this is like, right now it's like 11 o'clock in the morning and I have a nail appointment at noon. So I'm just trying to get this done before I go. But I will not be cooking this right now. So I'm just gonna be putting it, there's lots of different ways you can cook these. So some people like to, so my grandmother was Italian, and it's funny because she didn't make meatballs. She made lots of other things. I don't remember her ever making meatballs, but a lot of Italian classic recipes will call for cooking the meatballs directly into the sauce. I love that. You get so much flavor infused, but my stepson does not like marinara sauce. He likes ketchup on his meatballs. So I don't like to infuse a ton of the marinara into the meatballs. He also likes to sometimes he'll put like an A1 or like barbecue sauce on his meatballs. So I don't like to completely, marinate these in marinara for him. For me, I would love that. The other way that's kind of classically done is to pan fry the meatballs first and get like that kind of like crunchy brown exterior, and then finish them in some sauce or finish them in the oven. Now, I like to cook these on a cookie sheet in the oven. I don't know if it's the best way, but it's how I do it for my family based on the preference of everybody and what they like or don't like on their meatballs. So I use a scoop. So I either use a big scoop like you would use for ice cream that makes massive meatballs, but it's quick and easy. I can quickly get them from the bowl into the pan, into the oven, easy. Or if I'm making more classically kind of shaped or sized meatballs, I'll use this cookie scoop. Again, these are cookie scoops. Well, at least this one is. I use these for cookies too, after it's been really well cleaned. But I'll use that if I'm making smaller meatballs. But today I'm just trying to get this done quickly, so I'm going to go in and use, and yeah, they're gonna be flat on the bottom. If you don't want them flat on the bottom, I can put it into my hand and kind of shape it, but this is gonna be really soft, a soft meatball because it's got a lot of moisture in it, which is good, so you don't get dry meatballs. So I forgot a super important ingredient here. I forgot to tell you about the breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs also help keep your meatballs or burgers moist. I'm sorry if that word bothers you, but that's the word that we use. So into this, I just put the meatballs that I had on the pan back in here because I realized what I had done wrong. So, my first big YouTube fail. For the measurements of breadcrumbs, and you can use any breadcrumbs that you want. I have panko, plain panko breadcrumbs. You can use a whole wheat, you can use seasoned, you can use unseasoned. I mean, you don't really need to use seasoned considering what we're using here, but whatever you buy for doing whatever you use breadcrumbs for, just use it, it doesn't really matter. In this case, I have plain panko. And I would say about a half a cup of breadcrumbs per package of meat. I have 2 packages of meat in here, so I'm gonna use about a cup, maybe a little over a cup of, you know what, I'm actually gonna use a little more. Let's call this like a cup and a quarter maybe of breadcrumbs until that looks about right. And then I will need to remix this because I just dropped some stuff on the floor because I messed up. So yeah, well, we're all human, right? So anyway, this is gonna help it hold together better too. So you want to mix in your breadcrumbs. I would normally do this at the same time that I added all the other ingredients, but because I forgot it, it goes in last and it doesn't matter. So you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna mix in your breadcrumbs and then use your scoop or your hands, whatever you wanna use to create your meatballs in whatever size works for you. And then I'm dropping them onto a cookie sheet that has been covered with tin foil and sprayed with a little bit of avocado oil, and that's all you really need to do. Then, after I finish putting all these on here, which I'm not gonna bore you with, but I'm gonna complete that process, I'm gonna pop it in the fridge and then I'll cook it before dinner tonight. As far as at what temperature or how long to cook them for, so my husband taught me, I was a decent cook before I met him, but I've become a better cook. I've always been a good baker, but I've become a better cook because of this very simple trick that he taught me. Use a meat thermometer. We use it to cook everything in this house and everything comes out perfectly. We don't overcook, we don't undercook, we cook things perfectly here. It's not a brag, it's like you can buy a meat thermometer any number of places and it is the most simple thing to use. We all should be using it in my opinion. So for this one, I have both pork and turkey. So I will take a look at what the recommendations are for temperature and whatever one is like, the highest is what I'll set it to. You pop it in the oven, you put the little probe into one of the meatballs. It will tell you when they're done. Then once they're done, and they don't take that long, I will then move the cookie sheet up to the top of my oven and put it on broil for just a few minutes, just to get a little bit of that brown on top since I'm not pan frying them first and getting that nice brown color. And then they're done. And then cooking them out of a sauce makes them more versatile for whoever you may have in your household that likes them a different way. So yeah, that's how I make them. So I am gonna probably wrap up this vlog here. You've seen my Trader Joe's haul. You've seen me arrange flowers today and make meatballs. That's probably enough of me for the day. I will not be vlogging this weekend. Today's Friday. I have my son this weekend and I'm gonna just focus on spending time with him. We have some activities planned. And then I'll see you guys probably again on like Monday, Tuesday-ish. My plan is to post at least 3 times a week with this on this channel. And it's gonna be a real mix of travel tips and tricks, maybe some organizing stuff mixed in, and then kind of like my everyday, this is what I'm doing today, me cooking, me running errands, whatever. So yeah. So again, thanks for joining me. Subscribe, please, as I'm trying to build up my channel if any of this content resonated with you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.